And back then there's a principle where the sword was designed to kill the opponent. It was meant in the samurai days, when you drew it with the intention to kill. But when the warring state stopped and the Edo period happened, what happened to all the samurai? They became unemployed and they opened martial arts schools, and there were hundreds and hundreds. Some say 500 to 1,000 dojo in Japan. All of these guys were teaching sword. And Iaido came in like 1932, I think was the term, Iaido, when it came. So do, we know, means the way of something, and jitsu is the art. Iaijitsu is the art of drawing the sword. Iaido is the way of drawing the sword. People will argue, I believe that jitsu is the kind of the fundamentals of the movement. Kenjutsu, the art of using the sword, is what it would have been called back then. Well, what do we have now? Kendo, the way of the sword with the shinai and the armor. Do is often means a deeper path, a spiritual path on top of the kata. So Aikido, as Ueshiba created, was based off of Aiki Jujitsu. And then he brought religion and spirituality into it, and a higher meaning, a higher purpose. Same with the sword. Back then it was designed to kill when you drew. Well, what happened in peacetime? The sword became what they called a life-giving sword. What does that mean? It means that you use the sword practice in Iaido and Kenjutsu, but more Iaido, to practice mentally. It was like a meditation. In Iaido, you often have no opponent. You're often by yourself, till maybe later kata, depending on the school. But Iaido is often done by yourself. So if you're not killing anyone, what are you doing it for? It's to bring life to yourself. You use the sword to bring life. Not in just the practice, but it's teaching you how to be aware of every moment so that your life becomes precious and meaningful. Rather than killing someone, it's how do I save myself from my negative thoughts? So you know when you practice, when you're done, you're completely relaxed after Iaido training because you just used every synapse of your mind and body to train. You guys do that here at the dojo. What we're doing at the dojo, Budo, has a higher meaning than what we would call Bujitsu. Bujitsu is, the strikes, the hits, they're all important. You can't do the do without the jitsu. But the do is you go home and you're just relaxed. That's what I love about this training we're going to do tonight. But tonight, whatever we do, in a moment we're going to move, we're going to concentrate on slow. Slow builds speed. Obviously, when you're with an opponent, you go 100% as fast as you can. There's no more slow, middle, fast. It's all one movement. Instant death, what they call flashing steel. But do you understand the difference in the time period? It's really important. It would have made no sense for me to practice Iaido in the 14th century. I was out in the battlefield fighting to the death. What else in modern society can we liken this to? Do we still fight with like M16s or bazookas? No. But at one time they were prevalent, weren't they? Or matchlock rifles, right, from the Civil War or something. Now they become, people do it, right? They still do archery, but archery is not designed now to kill people. Kyudo, the way of the bow now, the Kyudo now is about precision, mental training, timing, distancing, being in the moment. See, it's so interesting, just the Jitsu to the Do changes everything. Or the death-giving sword like this one, razor sharp, designed to cut heads off of people. And then you have a life-giving sword of this one, which is not sharp, but it's designed to bring life to myself. Because I'm not going to kill someone with this. But it's going to save me from my own negative thoughts. I love it. But even though I train with this, I treat it like that.